Hi there. As you've seen by the title of this video, I released something. I've been reading manhwa for years now, and one of my favorites was The Great State Developer, which is just peak. Soul Leveling, you can argue it's better for someone that's getting into manhwa, but Great State Developer, for me, it's the best. And if you know something about the Great State Developer, is that it ended like 2 weeks ago by the time I'm publishing this video. And one thing that always bothered me is that I can't really back up these manhwa that I really like. For example, there's a manhwa called Earth Summon, which is very difficult to get the whole of the chapters translated. And at the time, I searched for a way to back up this series, and there really wasn't an easy way to do it. You could get hold of a website that hosted this series, and you could rip the images from the website, and that's about it. And even if you search for something more mainstream like Soul Leveling, even there isn't really much anything backed up. You go to like torrent sites, you go to Internet Archive, there really isn't anything. Which is a bit of a shame because I really like manhwa, and I believe they are just as good, if not sometimes better than manga. However, they don't receive that much attention from the media preservation community. And I believe a big part of that is because there really isn't a good way to experience manhwa the same way you can experience in somewhere like Webtoon, uh, Kakao, or Naver, or even the scanlation websites like AstroScan, um, HiveScan, or the now shut down Reaper scans. And the closest way you can experience manhwa without any external tools that I can think of is like PDF files. I know that sometimes people put them in CBZ files too. So, as someone who wants these media to be preserved, so future people can read and experience manhwa the same way I experience, but not rely on online services for everything, I decided to do my part. So I created Dogja, or whatever it's pronounced. If you're asking what this program does, well, it just picks up the manhwa series that you put in a specific folder, and it allows you to emulate the experience that you would get from somewhere like Webtoon. Currently, it doesn't do anything special, it's just that. It has a main menu with all the series that you have, and when you click on the series, it has a synopsis, it has the artist, it has the cover art, and all of that that you would expect from a scanlation website or what you would get from Webtoon. The current state of the program is more of a proof of concept, but we have to start somewhere. So I've decided to release as it is. Currently, you have to create a folder in your root C with the following structure that I'll be showing on screen. And you need to also put manhwa in a specific way for this whole thing to work. But I want to bring in the feature a way to add more series and chapters inside the program, and it formats everything neatly. You don't have to mess around with files and all of that. I also want to add Android support, because even though it's cool to read manhwa on a computer, I prefer doing on my phone. I believe that manhwa just work way better on a phone than on a desktop. I would also like to add some little customization. like swap the color palette, maybe be able to customize the size of the text, and I would also like to add a proper installer for the program. But these are things that I have yet to do, and also this video is more just of an announcement, just to say that this thing is out there. Made this whole thing on Godot in JavaScript, to be more specific, not C Sharp. And if you want to help this project and you know some of JavaScript, or even if you don't know, I have a GitHub for this. You can look at code. You can even do your own modified version of it if you want. And that's all I have to say.